Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Now, I want to touch on this because a lot of talk about this, and I'll be honest with you. I have only heard little snippets, maybe like 10 seconds to 20, 30 seconds from women talking about femininity. And as a man, when I look at that, it to me, a lot of the women teaching on femininity feel like Jezebel spirits. And it feel like the femininity that they teaching on is to seduce a man and to get laid in the shade. And that's not what femininity should be about. Now, you have masculinity and you have femininity. I coached a young lady the other day who teaches on femininity, and she does it in the right way. She does it in the right way. And it's just more so about, resting in your feminine. But I want women to understand, to a mature man, what femininity looks like. And essentially, it has nothing to do with just, it's not just about style and wearing heels and wearing, cute sandals and sundresses. A woman could be feminine and wear baggy jeans with a hoodie and still be feminine. A woman could be feminine and run a business, run a whole company, and got staff up under her. See, to a man, what femininity is a woman not trying to compete with him and trying to control him. So a woman who can respect a man for being a man, meaning a woman in her feminine will be, let's say, and I remember this story from years ago from a coaching call. Single mom raising her son, and she was Caucasian. She was in another country, and she was dating this guy, or maybe she wasn't in another country. She was dating a guy, maybe it was California, which sometimes feel like another country to me because California is very interesting. She was dating a guy, and she really liked the guy. And the guy came, y'all got to forgive me, I had a little crook in my neck right here. The guy came to visit her, and they went to a store, she said. And when they went to the store, she bought a CD. This was back when CDs was in, music CD. And she bought a vacuum cleaner. And she paid for both of them. And then she asked him, could he carry the CD? And she picked up the vacuum cleaner. And he was like, what are you doing? She was like, Tony, he was like, what are you doing? I will carry the vacuum cleaner. Like, why do you do that? And she said, Tony, I'm just so used to being alone and doing everything myself. She was like, it's me and my son. And so I have to lift the heavy stuff because he's a little boy. So I have to carry the heavy stuff and do all of that. So I didn't even really think about it. I said, yeah. I said, yeah, you definitely stepped on his toes, because it's like, that's where a man sees a woman as in her masculine energy. And we all half man, half woman. Even when two gay people get together and they have a child, that child is half man, half woman. The one of them got inseminated or whatever you'll call it, or whether they adopt. The child they raising half man, half woman. And so we have masculine and we have feminine within us. And what a woman has to understand is that you shouldn't just suppress your femininity to seduction or to a look, like a fashion sense. That should not be what you see as your identity, because that's going to box you in. And women get to define their femininity, just like men get to define their masculinity, but we actually don't. We should be able to, but we don't, if we want to be in a heterosexual relationship. So oftentimes women define masculinity for a man, and a woman says, oh, a man should provide and pay the bills. And that's masculinity. But that's not actually masculinity. Because a man who is comfortable, not a freeloader, not a user, but a man who is comfortable, like emotionally intelligent enough to see his woman flourishing in her gifts and her making money, and him not be pitching a fit, mad, got an attitude, because it's certain things that a woman may do that is in the femininity space. Give you a prime example. If a woman does lashes and her man is a plumber or does construction, meaning it's not his construction company, and it could be his construction company. It don't mean a man rich just because he own a company. But if this woman does lashes, and let's say every day she doing 3 sets, and these are mostly new people, and she doing the real lashes, so people paying 200, 300. So now, boom, let's say she making 500 a day, and she worked 5 days a week. She now making $2,500 a week. She making 10 grand a month. Then if she get certified to certify or whatever, get approved or get the license or whatever it takes to where she could train, or even if she don't need one, where she could train other women. Let's say she trained other women on 2 Saturdays out the month. And let's say she charged $1,500 and she had 10 women come out. That's $15,000. This woman making $25,000 a month. She now making $300,000 a year. The average man in America make a little over $40,000 a year. And he could be all the way 100% man. So masculinity then is not a man providing. Masculinity is a man having confidence in who he is and where he is as a ambitious, mature, emotionally intelligent man. That's masculinity. Because I provide, but I'm not always masculine. I ain't always masculine if I'm short-tempered, if I'm not emotionally intelligent. That's not masculinity. It's not femininity either. It's immaturity. See, this is what you got to understand. We have to change the way we defining femininity and masculinity, because these spaces of being, these ways, means, and modes of operation, these spiritual modalities, I don't know what these words mean. They just sound good, so we're going to use them. All of this right here is something that is far beyond just one type of definition, because these things have to be like water. It got to adjust to where it's being contained. So femininity is going to look different in one relationship to the next. This woman's femininity may be being a stay-at-home mom. This woman's femininity may be being a business owner and being the one who earns the most money in that household. This woman's femininity may be in being a single mom This woman's femininity may be being in a widow who doesn't want to marry again. So the femininity is going to look different. One woman's femininity may be baggy boyfriend jeans with sweaters, oversized sweaters and hoodies, with dunks on. Another woman's femininity may be bodycon dresses with 6-inch heels. Femininity doesn't have one face and one look. But what femininity is not, it is not emulating and competing with a man. So you could have on a bodycon dress with 6-inch heels, but if you go and you talk to your man like he is your teenage son, you're not feminine because you are disrespectful and you are immature and you are not emotionally intelligent. So that is not femininity. Femininity is emotional intelligence. It's confidence. It's dignity. It's classiness. It's self-respect. And guess what? Masculinity is the same. It's just feminine is on a woman, masculine is on a man. That's what we have to understand. So we getting way wrapped up in all of this stuff, and we think that this means we have to play a role or be something that we're not, or dress a certain way, or do this or do this. We got to be mature. We have to be emotionally intelligent. We have to have dignity, integrity, class, self-respect, self-love. That's what will define our entities. Your femininity or your masculinity. So listen, just wanted to drop this right here on you. So much talk out there, I had to go and throw my hat in the ring and just let y'all know. Don't get caught up in this. It's just, if you want to be feminine, stop arguing with and controlling and dominating and trying to beat a man at being a man. And if you want to be masculine, stop arguing with and trying to control and dominate a woman and trying to beat a woman at being a woman. And then you're going to be in your entity. Femininity or masculinity. Hey, this is Tony Gasson. God bless you. We'll talk soon.